Hi, Graham. Could I start with any injury news, please, if there is any?
It's just the long-term ones that are unavailable. Apart from that, everybody's available, fit. Aaron Connolly's had a good week's training, so he's available for the squad. Percy Tau has come out of is out of quarantine, but hasn't had too much training, so he's we'll see how he is. But no, nothing new from the game previously.
Massive story, Graham, last night and into this morning as well about the top six entering the ESL, the European Super League. Ralph Hasenhüttl this morning said to me that he didn't sleep properly last night because he was pondering the future of what the future holds for clubs like his. What are your thoughts as this story unfolds?
To be honest, I haven't read into it too much. Of course, the headlines are there. They're disturbing, and they're things for us to consider. I've been just preparing for the game against Chelsea. I'm pretty sure the chairman at our club and Paul Barber will speak in terms of the club's position, and that's pretty much where I'm at the moment.
What about looking at the bigger picture, though? I mean, Ralph also said this morning that the top six is now at war with the rest of the Premier League. Has it got that bad? Do you think it will get that bad?
Again, maybe Ralph has read a bit more than me or seen a bit more than me. Is a different where I've been at. Like I said, I've been trying to focus on the game against Chelsea, so I don't want to comment on something that I haven't seen too much of. I think it's best for Paul Barber and our chairman to speak in terms of where they are at, where we're at as a club.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll move on then. In that case, you're still 8 points off last season's total of 41, Graham. You've got 7 games left to try and surpass that number. Is that how you'll judge your progress season on season?
Well, I think you have to judge it on more than that, but clearly that's also important. We're not necessarily thinking about that at the moment, though, to be honest, because we need to get points. We have to get points as quickly as we can. And we have a tough game tomorrow that we've been focusing on a lot and had a lot of energy on. So, focus on the next game, try and win, and then at the end of the season we'll make an assessment and we can analyse how much or if we've improved.
You've had some encouraging results in the last 2 seasons since you've been there against the top 6 sides. Can Chelsea be another one? It's not a side that this club has a particularly good record against over the years.
No, but that's, historically, you see where our club's been at. That's no surprise to a certain extent because just of where we've been. It's always very difficult to play against the top teams, and clearly Chelsea they're a top team, no doubt. I mean, a fantastic moment. Just got to the last 4 of the Champions League and into the final of the FA Cup, and good moment in the league. So it's a really, really tough game for us. But that's the challenge. That's what we're looking forward to. Just finally, for me, just your reaction about a bit of news that kind of went under the radar this morning. That was Jose Mourinho's sacking from Tottenham. What are your thoughts on that? Well, it's always sad when somebody loses their job. I think always, and he's regardless of anything. Jose Mourinho has my utmost respect. He's been a top manager. He'll go down as one of the greats. And as I always say, that the clubs have got a right and they have the responsibility to make the decision that's best for them. I can't comment on that, but it's always not nice when somebody loses their job. Thanks for your time, appreciate it. Cheers.
Hi Graham, this is Anne-Marie from PLP. How much of this match do you think will be a duel between the 2 teams?
Oh, what, sorry, a duel?
A duel, yes, because you're quite similar in strengths.
Well, I think it's going to be a tough game, that's for sure. From our perspective, we're expecting a really, really difficult game because we're playing against a team that's, is in as good a moment as anybody in probably European football, and I think that's a credit to Thomas Tuchel and the players there and the staff, because they've got into the Champions League last four, and I think they did it really well against Porto, and then to beat Manchester City is not easy. So it's I think it's they've done really well, and we're not at their level in terms of, that's fair to say. There's no disrespect to us in terms of there's a big gap between quality and points, but we hope on the day we can be competitive, and we want to try and get a positive result.
You say that you don't think Brighton are on their level, but when you guys played Everton, you had 23 shots at goal. When Chelsea played Crystal Palace, they had the same number as you guys, 23 shots on goal. So what do you make of that?
Well, it's just stats within the game, and unfortunately, the bit that we have to do is we were 0-0 in the game, and Chelsea won the game comfortably, and that's maybe the step that we have to take. We've made some good progress this season, and we've improved, but when it comes to points, which is the most important thing, we still haven't got made that final step, and that's what we have to keep working towards. I think Chelsea are a team that we can look to, that are there. They're in the last four in the Champions League, so I'm not being disrespectful to our players to say that we're not quite at that level. I think that's if I said anything else, it would be a bit strange. But we need to keep working and trying to improve ourselves. That's what we need to do.
How crucial is it for Brighton to nullify the possible threats from the left and the right?
Well, they've got threats from the left, the right, and through the middle, and that's the challenge we face. You can focus on one area, and another area pops up. As a game, as a challenge, we have to be good all over the pitch. We have to be clear with what we're doing, clear with what we're trying to do. We have to be positive, we have to be aggressive, and we have to be lucky, because you need all those things when you're playing against the top teams. But our recent game against Manchester United was quite a good lesson for us, if you like. We played quite well, but quite well isn't well enough to get you the points, and we have to remember that and do better in this game.
Last one from me. Do you see, or do you believe that you have a strong enough squad to pull away from Burnley and the relegation zone?
Well, we're confident that we can pick up points, and that's what we have to focus on. It's not about anybody else. It's about us. It's about us trying to get points. Our performances have been over the course of the season, good, but our points you can't argue with that. We've got what we have, and we have to try and get more as quickly as we can, and that's what we'll try to do.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hi there, Graham.
Hi, Johnny.
I know it's very difficult to speak about the European Super League in terms of the structural and organisational challenges ahead, potentially. But does the idea of certain clubs not being subjected to relegation go against the fundamental basics of the game for you?
I would have to say yes. Of course, because sport is about the consequences of failure and the possibility of success. And I can speak on the both things in terms of we're experiencing the concerns of relegation now, and at the same time, as an Leicester Sun, you always had the dream of Champions League and somehow getting that type of moment against one of the big ones. So generally, yes, I would have to agree.
You mentioned Percy Tau. He's been named in the Olympic squad for South Africa. That might obviously impinge on whether he's available to you. Would you be happy for him to go to that competition if he's named in the final squad?
Well, I think something we'll speak with Percy, but like anything, if a player's selected for his country, then we're happy for that, and we should support that. And it's a big moment for him and his career and his family. So I would say yes, and I'd be happy for him. And then it's just about what he wants to do as well.
Another one of your players, Pascal Gross, approaching 120 Premier League games for the club. Could you just try and tell us what you believe is what he's brought to the club, what he's brought to the Premier League, and I suppose the lessons that some aspiring players can take from what he's achieved so far?
Well, I think he's been a fantastic signing for the club. From what he's done since he's been here, He's had goals. He's had quality in terms of assists and key passes. He does a lot of work for the team. Really, really good professional, fantastic guy, good person around the place, around the club, and he's been a really important part of this club's journey in the Premier League, I would say. He's tactically, in terms of his understanding of the game, really, really good, and he's been an important player for me. Certainly for the period of change we've been, through. We've tried to use some younger players, so to have somebody like Pascal around to just provide a role model of how to act every day, I think it's been really important for us.
And just finally, one on Chelsea. How different are they to the side that you took on early in the season? I know they've got a new manager clearly, but do you see them as a very different proposition now to then?
Well, I think that, I would say so. Yes, in terms of we played them in the first game of the season, so they're probably in a different moment then in terms of rhythm and form, because it was a short pre-season, etc., etc. Now they've had a lot of the games. A new coach has come in, and you can see his ideas very, very clearly. They've been in a fantastic run of results, big results in Champions League and FA Cup. So and then obviously that time has meant that the players that they invested a lot in the summer have settled down, have settled into the Premier League, have settled into a new country, and they're getting the benefits of that now. So they're in a really, really good place.